friends, welcome back to another wacky science episode for this week. Now, do you remember how we talked about reactions? We talked about how the dish soap made the pepper move away from the dish soap and how it mixed the colors together in the milk. Well, today we are going to look at the reaction between cornstarch and shaving cream. Now, some of you might have done this before, so you can already guess what we're making today. But if you can't guess, let me tell you. We're going to be making Play-Doh. Now, you might ask, Miss Day, how can shaving cream, which is kind of like a liquid, kind of not really a solid, and cornstarch, which is a powder, how can those go together to make Play-Doh? Well, let's look at what happens. I'm going to take my cornstarch, and I need 2 cups of cornstarch to start this off with. So I've got my measuring cup here, and I'm going to find where it says 1 cup. And I need 2 of those because I need 2 cups. 1 cup, 2 cups. Now when you're measuring out a cup, you always want to make sure that you kind of shake it a little bit to see if it's at that line. All right? So now we have an unwanted visitor. Keep your animals away from your cooking space. All right, so we have 1 cup. Let's get all that in there. And we have, let's get our 2nd cup. Now remember, we kind of, whoa, I shook it a little too much there. Let's kind of shake it just a little bit. Check and make sure. I can add a little bit more cornstarch. I'm making a mess, but you know what? All the best cooks in the world made messes. All right, if I look at that, it's right there at my 1 cup line, so I'm going to put it in. 2 cups of cornstarch. Now that I have sufficiently made a mess, we're going to take our shaving cream. Now this is just the cheap shaving cream you can get from Walmart. It's what Mr. Day had, so I'm borrowing it from him. And we need 1 cup of shaving cream. So you might need a parent to help you with this. Ooh, that makes a weird noise. There we go. Now, there's a lot of space in this, so I'm actually gonna, this is why I'm wearing a glove. I'm actually gonna kind of push it down. Just make sure I got a cup in here. That looks like a cup, so I'm just gonna scoop it in. And then I'm gonna sort of use my hand to mix it all together. We're gonna do this thing called kneading. Now, it's not like I'm kneading that. It actually means to take your hands and kind of push it and roll it out. And we're gonna do something with kneading tomorrow I think you guys are gonna find really interesting. So we're gonna take our shaving cream and kind of just squish it into the cornstarch. Now, the reaction that you will see is that it's gonna start getting kind of harder. And the more that you mix it in, the more hard it's gonna get. So I'm gonna keep on kneading this. And it might take a little while. You might need a parent to help you out because it's gonna take a little while. Now I'm wearing a glove on this hand because things are gonna get kind of messy and because I'm using food coloring, and food coloring might stain your hands. So I just have it on one hand, and when I dye my Play-Doh, which I'm gonna show you how to do, I will show you how to do that with your gloved hand. Now I'm noticing that this is kind of starting to look like Play-Doh, but I'm mixing it in and I'm thinking that there's not enough shaving cream in here. I might have put a little bit too much cornstarch and there's not enough shaving cream, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more of that. Not too much more, just a little bit more. Cooking is all about seeing where you're at, checking your recipe, and seeing, do I need to add more? Do I need to take something away? All right. Ooh, we're getting closer, friends. It's starting, if you can kind of see in my hands, when I take it and I squeeze it, it's starting to kind of hold its shape, but it's not quite like Play-Doh yet. So let's keep going. Add a little bit more shaving cream. We might actually end up adding a whole 2 cups of shaving cream here. Oh, I don't know. This is starting to get pretty doughy. Here we go. It's starting to feel, it might just need just a smidge more, just a smidgen more. All right. Let's really get that in there. It's kind of hard to mix in shaving cream because it's really sticky. Oh yeah, that is really feeling like Play-Doh here, friends. Now you can make it more doughy by adding a little more shaving cream. And you know what? If you've added too much shaving cream, if you get to a point where you go, oh no, I have put in too much shaving cream into this, and now it's sticky and globby and gross. Well, friends, that's easy to fix too. You just add a little bit more cornstarch. All right, we're almost there, folks. This is why you always double check your recipe. Miss Day might not have just put enough in at the beginning, or I might have started off with too much cornstarch, and that's okay. All right, now that we have this all mixed together, I'm just gonna take some out. We're gonna take a look at it. So look at this. I just squeezed it into my hand, and I made myself some pretty good Play-Doh. It's still not where I want it though. You know what? I'm gonna keep going. I am going to speed this up while I'm mixing. All right, so let me move all my giant mess out of the way. Now I've taken a handful of my handmade Play-Doh, and I had to add a lot more shaving cream. So I would say start off with 1 cup of cornstarch and 2 cups of shaving cream. And then if you have too much shaving cream, you can always add more cornstarch. So I've got my Play-Doh here that I made. And what I'm gonna do is I want to dye it green. So I'm gonna take my food coloring here. My hands are all messy, but that is okay. And I'm gonna put just a couple of little drops in there. I put 3. And you're gonna do what's called kneading. And that's where you just kind of fold it and push. Fold it and push. And the more that you fold and push, it'll mix in. And the more you mix, the better your color will be separated out. Now you can also do this by adding a flavored Jell-O powder packet to this. And that way you don't have to mix in or mess with food coloring. It'll dye it and it'll give it a pretty good smell as well. Although the shaving cream gives it a pretty good smell. Now see, that didn't make it too terribly dark green, but I don't think I want it dark green. I kind of like it this light mint color. I don't know if the camera's really picking up all that color that I've got in there. But from here, it looks like kind of a lighter green, almost like gum. And now I can use my Play-Doh to build something. So here's a reaction. Our shaving cream, when we added it to our cornstarch, made a dough. So it went from being powdery like it was to now we can build things with it. What kind of things can you build with your homemade Play-Doh? I would love for you to send me a picture of what you were able to create with your experiment. Thank you for working on reactions with me today during our wacky science time, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.